So I was reading the book Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, and thanks to the blurbs on the cover, I was informed that it was on a number of best novels of all time lists. I decided to check that out to confirm it, and not rely on a blurb, forerunner, I suppose, of a tweet. And so I found the 100 greatest novels chosen by Modern Library, and there it was, at number 4 on the list, Lolita. I couldn't help notice that there was another list running parallel down the screen, and that was the list chosen by readers. Glancing over at it, I was surprised, shocked, to see that 4 of the top 10 books were written by one author, and 3 of them were written by another. And none of these books appeared on the list selected by Modern Library. Some disparity there. The first author was Ayn Rand, born under another name in Russia to Jewish parents. In an odd coincidence, she is to play as a child with Nabokov's sister in the Nabokov mansion. She came to the United States and went to Hollywood and began working on screenplays. Then she was writing novels, including The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged. As you can tell from the titles, like Michelangelo in sculpture, she didn't hold back. These were big books with big, surging themes. She later wrote essays and magazines about a philosophy she called objectivism. She believed in reason, rationality, as opposed to faith and religion, which she dismissed. She was very much in favor of laissez-faire capitalism and opposed to communism. She also believed in the power of the individual and created heroic protagonists in her novels, men who struggled against the repressions and limitations of society. She was extremely popular in her lifetime, and it is said that people continue to read and study her today, but I doubt if she is as well known now as she once was. The other author, with 3 books in the top 10, had a first name of Lafayette and was born in Nebraska. He was better known as L. Ron Hubbard, and he liked to be called LRH. He served in the Marine Reserves and was in the Navy during the Second World War, where he was put in charge of 2 ships, but he was removed from both positions, being judged unfit to command. After the war, he began writing stories and then produced fuller-length novels, science fiction, and fantasy. He turned to nonfiction and wrote a book called Dianetics, which he claimed provided a way to improve mental health. From there, he constructed an entire system of behavior and belief, founding the Church of Scientology. At one time, he was in the Guinness Book of Records as the most translated author of all time, and the one with the greatest number of audiobooks. He may still hold those records. I don't know. Scientology mostly comes into public awareness when a movie star like John Travolta or Tom Cruise becomes a member of the church. I have never known anyone who believed in it, and I don't know that much about it. I think they made a movie about Hubbard, or at least partially based on his life, entitled The Master not so long ago, starring that actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, who specialized in playing oddballs and who died of a drug overdose. I didn't see that movie either. Shame on me. Hubbard got rich and lived for a time on boats in the Pacific, something of a recluse like Howard Hughes. Then he lived on a ranch in the desert in California, and he died there, living in a trailer mobile home. These 2 people, according to a poll of readers, wrote 7 of the top 10 novels of all time. They were vastly different. Each, I think, would be highly offended to be compared to the other. But they did share one huge factor. They both developed a very precise and elaborate belief system, which schooled people on how to live their lives. So they didn't just have readers, they had followers. All of this astonishes me as much as that author, Terry Pratchett, who wrote 15 of the top 200 books of all time on another list, and I had never heard of him. But then again, I've never read any of the Harry Potter books or even seen a copy of 50 Shades of Grey, so I am obviously no barometer.